Thanks for visiting us at sprinterworld.com. We just finished this shelving package in this customer's van. So what this van is used for is it handles a crew that does field work in a airport environment, and we have shelving that's designed for their specific use. So back here we have the 41 series shelf unit from Ranger. These are all Ranger products, by the way, but this is the 41 series shelf unit. This shelf unit comes from 3 feet wide all the way up to 8 feet wide in 1 foot increments. So you can fine tune your shelving setup because of the very many sizes that are available. You can get these things to fit just where you want them. This one here is a 3-footer. We have a wire reel rack on the back so that they could put rolls of cable that they use to make their repairs. This one has 4 shelves. It also comes with 5. And the shelf spacing is a little tighter when you have 5, but if you got a lot of small stuff, you can get the 5 shelf unit. It comes with these dividers that come standard with this shelf. There's slots here for these dividers to snap into, and you get dividers for every other slot with the shelf when you buy it. And they're 62.5 inches tall, which is taller than most of the competition by almost 10 inches. Now the width of the shelf unit is 14 inches, and the usable shelf space on the widest shelves is about 13 inches, and they get a little bit narrow as it goes up because of the contour. This is a 79 series shelf unit. The designation for this is a 79 series, which means it's the blue bin unit. It's got small bins on the top, medium bins, and then large bins. This comes 3 feet wide, or 4 feet wide, or 5 feet wide. Those are the 3 sizes it comes in. And the characteristics that are noteworthy about this is that the shelves, again, have varied size bins on them, but they're on a slight downward angle, so the objects that you put in these bins stay put. And then here is this awesome drawer unit. This is the 8-drawer unit, and it's got these great glides, dividers, ball bearings, drawer slide, this retaining bar. You can put a padlock on it. This is absolutely a beautiful piece. Got the larger drawers down the bottom, smaller drawers up top. And on this side is the flip shelf, fold-away shelves. 21 inches, 72 inches. This is a 2-shelf setup. They also come with 3. If you got parcels to carry, boxes, varied sizes, this is for you. What these guys are going to use this for is carrying stuff and also using this as an assembly area. Not a bad way to go. And when you're done with it, it's up out of the way. When we do our installations on this style shelf, we use our upright legs a little bit differently than they were designed, in that we push the top up against the wall as far as we can, and we bring the bottom also against the wall as far as we can, so we minimize lost space. And as you can see, the shelves land perfectly level. So we're real pleased with that setup. Also in this truck, we put some LED lighting. We put some lighting strips back here that flood this area with light, because these guys are going to be doing their work at the wee hours of the morning and late at night. And you can see that the LED stuff is just awesome. Nice bright white light. We replaced the factory lights in this air conditioning area shroud with these upgraded LED lights, and we added these longer strips in the back. The beauty about the LED lighting is that they draw much less current than regular incandescent lighting, and they put out a whole bunch more light with very little heat. So you get a whole lot for your money. Low current draw, less heat, and longer life. Mounting these shelves is pretty critical. It's because, unlike mounting shelves on the wall in your garage, you're dealing with things such as vibration, pounding from the road, forces when you turn around corners, what have you. So we're pretty picky about how we mount our shelves. Here's a typical illustration of what we'll do here. We have an upper mount that you can see on this shelf. We have a mid mount, and of course it's fastened to the floor. So this thing's not going to move. These shelves here also have this upper mount, but you can't see it. It's behind here. We took the headliner and moved it away, and then put the mount back on. When you have a headliner installed in the van, it's a little bit harder to deal with, but we wanted to be very neat about it, so we only made a little slot for the shelf to go back. But if you don't mount these properly, you're going to have issues, because they're going to loosen up and they're going to move, and you don't want that happening. But the type of fastener that we use, they're not sheet metal screws and they're not rivets. We're using plus nuts, which is an expanding fastener that we insert into the steel, and we have a special tool and it expands, and then we put nuts and bolts in there. And they're superior over any other method that you can use to secure these shelves. Now on a folding shelf here, we were talking about how the leg is mounted up and lower. There's no middle support on these uprights. We fabricated this one and added it ourselves. Is that necessary? Yeah, we thought it was. Again, we are dealing with issues that make overbuilding this stuff sensible. What does that mean? Well, you got weight on these shelves possibly that's going to be significant, and when you're going around corners, this thing's going to want to move. So again, we got the upper mounts, they're installed with plus nuts. We got the middle mounts, again, same thing, and then it's secured to the floor. Now the folding shelves construction, really quite simple. There's a pivot that the shelf rotates on. There's a cable that holds it level and basically carries the weight. But the heart of this thing that's noteworthy is these little gas pistons. Why? Well, they hold that shelf down and they stay put. They don't rattle. And they also hold the shelf up and they don't rattle. The competitive products out there don't have anything like that. Now when Ranger builds these shelves, such as the folding shelf and the 41 series and the 79 series, the majority of the shelf is an aluminum construction. But the base of the shelf on these shelves that we're talking about, it's a marine grade plywood with a thick laminate bonded to it. It's almost like a Formica type laminate. I'm not sure what it's called, but the interesting part is the very tight multiple layers of plywood that make up the base of the shelf. Why does that make sense? Well, it's a strong shelf base, and it's also a quiet construction, because when the side panels, like on a 41 series here, for instance, mount to this, the screws go right into the aluminum extrusions, right into these slots. And when they bolt together, they don't move. There's no need for any kind of support banding structures or anything that the steel shelves have from companies like Adrian Steel and such that rattle and rub against one another. We have none of that. These are quiet, like library quiet compared to the other products out there. And that's the reason why, because of this construction. The shelving units that we install, you can see a blue backing on this one. That's a piece of coroplast. It's a corrugated plastic material that we added to the back of this shelf, because some of the sprinters that we get in here to do our work on don't have wall panels of any kind. Why is that significant? Well, if you got objects that fall behind a shelf, you can retrieve them with a little bit of trouble. But if you put this backer on here, the stuff stays put. And if you are flinging stuff around in the heat of your busy day, you don't want to have something hit the outside skin of the truck and possibly dent it. So we put a little bit of extra time by putting a backer panel on here, which makes a big difference. So that's what this truck got. We're sprinterworld.com. We hope you visit us. We have shelving, we have ladder racks, running boards, windows. Please visit our site, sprinterworld.com. Thank you.